Yep, it's live. It says one watching, which is probably me or you. Um, so yeah, and generally, like, I think we should like people generally save their live streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I figured something.
I plan on doing more live streams when I get my computer built.
Oh yeah. What kind of live streams?
Yeah, gaming live streams, just like talking live streams, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was gonna do a gaming one for today, but I asked subscribers what they wanted, and the people that did respond were like, "Yeah, we'll do a Q&A," and I'm like, "All right, we'll do a Q&A." I've been wanting to do that too. I figure gaming is just easier. There's less need for crowd work because you have something else to attract the attention.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see.
Different numbers on how many people we have live. I don't know which of them are my devices because
Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's kind of weird.
Yeah, my iPad says 4. The in-stream thing says... Actually, it's saying 4 too.
There's, yeah.
Everybody?
Yeah, it says there's 4. Hello, everybody who's just coming in. Feel free to say something. Got 4 likes.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, guys. And I just made you a moderator, by the way, just so that I think that makes
Awesome.
your stuff pop out. So if you want to drop me links as we're going along to
Yeah.
different videos as they come up, or like other sort of promotional stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Josie Kitty's here and Creepy Clown Girl's here.
Hey,
Hello, you
Creepy Clown
two.
Girl. How are you guys doing today?
You two having a good day or evening? Hello, Mr. Hyde. How are you? Welcome.
Thanks, Mr. Hyde. I'm doing pretty well.
Pretty good. I'm pretty good.
Hey, Tool23, welcome to the stream.
Welcome to 23. How's everybody doing this evening? If you guys have questions you guys like to drop, feel free to ask. Pretty open about most stuff, just make sure it's nothing explicit or anything that's unusual, but feel free to ask pretty much anything.
Yeah, to a certain point, I'm an open book. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you guys where I live or anything or stuff like that, but
And I won't tell you my social security number or anything like that.
yeah. Oh look, they're talking. Cute.
Lady Spookery is here. Hello, lady.
Oh,
Lady says you are a bit low sound-wise.
let me see if I can adjust
Do I
that.
sound okay to everybody? So, Tool23 asks, how long have you been on YouTube?
Am I sounding better now? I adjusted my sound settings. I just don't want to be blowing out everybody's ears. Also, do what Creepy Clown Girl just said. Sounds bad if I say it, but if she says it, then it's perfect for me to. to support that. We're waiting a minute to start Duel 23, so we'll get to your question. I made a note of it.
Hello, Miss Creepy Tales. How are you doing? Lady's got a question. We got 8 people in the house here. In honor of Lady Spookaria, I want everyone to put a penguin emoji in the chat.
Lady Pangaria. How do you...
Pangoria. Lady Pangoria.
I never got the reference for that. Last time...
The glorious Lady Spookaria is there.
Yeah, I went to her stream and that was... I was part of something. Being like...
We got a penguin.
Why are these emojis so hard, guys?
We got more penguins.
I'm not seeing it. Maybe my thing's lagging. There we go. I can see it on here.
Got so many penguins.
Let's just march with the penguins down here. Oh, man.
It's a puffin, same difference.
Crap. Puffins are...
They look like penguins.
They look a lot like penguins. Yes. I want to say... My penguin knowledge isn't very deep, I guess. They look like just regular penguins. I don't even know what the name of that is.
But how's everyone's day or evening going? I think we're gonna get ready to start some questions here, answering questions here in a little bit. If you have any kind of questions, feel free to drop them down.
I had to drop audio.
Lady asks, what is your favorite kind of penguin? I think for me that would be the emperor penguin. I like those little tiny penguins that are permanently small.
Let's see. I can only think of 2 types of penguins. There's the emperor and there's the macaroni. Probably, honestly, the emperor. Macaroni looks.
I could go for some macaroni right now.
Let's see, Miss Creepy Tales. Yes, I do watch anime. Some of my favorite are like what got me into anime was My Hero Academia, and
Mhm.
since then I've watched Attack on Titan up to the latest season. Um, that was only weeks ago, and there's been a few others I've watched that haven't been as memorable, but yeah, I do like anime.
I'm getting into anime. I've been watching Attack on Titan recently. It's been
Good
kind
stuff.
of like my go-to starting anime. Yeah, it's a very dark anime. Um, it's a world that you don't want to be living in, personally, my opinion.
Yeah.
um, I've also been watching My Hero Academia.
Mm.
I've been watching Naruto, uh, Full Metal Alchemist. Getting into it.
I really had to watch
I don't
Full
know
Metal.
if this one counts, but I watch Pokemon a lot.
I watched that as a kid, not so much anymore. Well, not so much.
Yeah.
Like 20. No, more like 15. Let's do that. Roundish years.
Hmm.
um, let's see. We had an earlier question. What was with that? So Tool23 asked earlier, how long have you been on YouTube? So, you want to start with that, Lucid?
Yeah. I've been on YouTube technically for 1 year, but essentially this year I've been on YouTube since April. I started my channel last year. I only did like a few videos and then I stopped. And if quarantine didn't happen, I don't think I'd be right here. I think I'd be doing something else. Quarantine's really made me prioritize my time, and I decided to put that into YouTube.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, me, I'm
Yeah.
just going back to see when my first video was. Just gonna take, well, not gonna take that long. Uh, oh, no, let's jump. So, what's my first? I want to say I started in about. What was this video? So my first video was on July 23rd. So it's been almost a year and a half. Dang. Um,
Oh wow.
yeah, I've been pretty with the channel. It's just that sometimes as any of my subscribers or fans would know, that I'm a slow mover when it comes to stuff. A lot of other narrators and stuff, I think many, including like, let's see, I think Lady Spookari is real good at uploading and stuff. Like usually, like and a lot of other people are like every week, but I'm like every like 3 or 4 weeks. But
Hmm.
yeah, but I've been enjoying it.
Yeah. Also, everybody who's here, you should drop a like on the live stream. I believe it would really help out with Terratox's channel. It helps people, possibly with a wider audience.
Yeah, listen to him. Yeah, watch time
You
makes a big
better.
difference.
Yeah,
Watch time
I
and
like doing YouTube mainly for the reasons of just for fun and connecting with people.
sorry, I was in a different tab.
You okay?
What was the question?
Um, let's see. Let's go back to, I believe, Tool Talks is, we were on the topic originally of how long have you been on YouTube?
Oh, okay.
And you said for nearly a year now.
Thought you were responding to like a new question.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But here we go. Miss Creepy Tales has a new one. She goes, "Who in the community are you looking forward to work with someday?"
Hmm. Well, I guess for me, like good question. I don't know, I've thought about it a little bit. Just be like one of those like crazy dreams a little bit. One of my favorite narrators is the Dark Somnium. I believe he
Hmm.
has like 300,000, no, probably like 400 subscribers at this point. I've been listening to him for since before I started. Um, I use a lot of his music and stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'd love to be able to work with him someday. It's just, yeah, probably probably might be a long time before that, and but that would be awesome. That I'd love to work with him.
Hmm.
In the more near future, um, I don't know. I've been meaning to. I don't know. I'd like to work with more people just because like I've done a lot of collaborations, but that was like months and months ago. That I've done stuff on other people's channels, and I'd like to be more involved. But like I think we've been planning to try to do some sort of
Yeah.
something.
I plan on having you in the Pitch Buckle show
Yeah,
sometime soon. Uh, yeah, it's a fun one.
and
I think for me,
yeah,
someone in the community I've wanted. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no worries. You're good.
Um, I think someone for me I would like to work with in the community one day is honestly it's a hard one. I try to work with as many cool people as I can. But Mr. Creepypasta would probably be my one of my all-time collaborations that I've want to do one day.
Yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of his stuff. That would be amazing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess another one for me would be like, um, let's see, maybe with like guys like Dr. Creepin or maybe Creeps and Pasta kind of thing. They're both really cool guys.
Mm.
I actually wrote a story one time that um with a group of people. I don't even remember who was in the group of people on Reddit, but like he narrated a story I was in, and that was really that I helped write, and that was really cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think we got a couple of questions on Discord, so we can like prioritize what's in the chat, but we've got Discord ones. So
Hmm.
we had a bunch of good ones from Creepy Clown Girl, like just from before Thanksgiving. So props to her. I don't know. People don't say that, but
Okay.
I'm gonna pretend they do. Um, so the question is, since creating your YouTube channel, from then to now, where do you see your channel going, and what would you like to see happen with?
Um, I think for me personally, I think where I would want it to go. I see my channel growing in the future, obviously. Uh, I honestly don't really know where it plans on going, but I do know that with my current route that I'm going, it's gonna be amazing. I see myself working with a lot of people. My big thing is I see the Fetch Arbuckle show growing into something that I hope for it to become. It's personally something that I've worked on for almost pretty much half a year now, and that's like one of my main priorities on my channel. Is keeping that show alive and making something bigger than it already is.
And I guess just a quick follow-up question: what kind of inspired you to do the Fetch Arbuckle show and like the styling of it and everything? Where'd that come from?
I think for me, I've never really seen like an old radio type show on YouTube, and I thought that combined with something scary would be really good. Something new, something original. A fellow YouTuber that I'm really close with here, the narrator, told me that a big thing starting out your channel, have something that's original,
Hmm.
something original that no one's really done, and I guess that's where the idea kind of manifested.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen any other old style like horror type of things. Um,
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, and I guess I should. Oh, question again. My brain empties every time.
Hey, hero's here.
Uh, I hear. Um, let's see. So for me, I don't know. I guess I see myself getting like I don't know. I see myself making a lot of like longer form content. Most of my views have come from like the two sentence horror story videos, with
Mhm.
like it's his own kind of niche category of horror and everything. I've had a lot of fun like writing those and everything. A lot of those videos I've made my own stuff. But like I look forward to being able to do like longer stories and like um even series type of like longer series and stuff if you guys are up for it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to do bigger collaborations. I've got one in the works. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is, but it's it's something along the lines of my father created a device that can alter reality, and had a lot of people like it's been in the works for a while. It's because I've been working on other projects and it's kind of intimidating, but I look forward to getting the whole thing done and everything, and being able to make this like giant video, and not just so that I can get a lot of watch time, but that'll be nice too, but just a longer story so someone can like if someone wants, they can just dive deep into it and just really have a lot to enjoy like all at once for like road trips or whatever.
And if you guys want to check out his most recent video, I'll leave it here in the chat. I recommend it. Yeah,
Thanks, man.
no problem. CCG says, for new and upcoming narrators, what is the one piece of good advice that either one of you would give them to help them on their journey? Would you like me to go along with that one first? Or?
Yeah, you go for it.
All right. I think my biggest advice is don't put anyone above yourself. Don't compare yourself to someone that's someone bigger than you, because you don't even know what you're capable of yet. In a sense, it's good to experiment and go through trial and error with the channel. Being original is the best solid advice that I can give you. What makes you different from all the other narrators that are doing what you are trying to do. Yeah. That's my good advice I have.
And I'd like to add that includes like not only type of content, but that includes like the quality and just like the little extra touches that you make to make your video like sparkle and everything. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Quality over quantity is a big one too.
I try to slip little things in just to like I used to like I used to put like sound effects in all the time for like everything, which took a lot of work, but like maybe I might start doing that again a little bit. Anyway, I guess for what I would have to say is the first thing that came to mind really is just to kind of enjoy the journey, and because it's a process of learning. Like the difficulty curve is kind of high. Like when I first started, like I was using my laptop microphone and it wasn't even the same laptop, and like it sounded terrible, and people had feedback about that. They're just like, I'm sure they could have said it sounded like it was recorded on a microwave, but like, which it nearly was, based on the quality, and like but people were supportive and everything, but the fact was they gave me good feedback, like, okay, the audio quality is the main thing that's the issue here. Or they're like, and then like, so you get feedback as you go, and as you listen over things, you can find ways to like shorten things up and everything, but just don't let yourself get discouraged. Sometimes they're going to be hard, and sometimes you're going to be like, does anyone even care what I'm doing? But like,
Yeah.
I mean, you hopefully you're doing it because you enjoy it, and
Exactly.
so if you're enjoying it, just enjoy the process, and don't be like, my main problem is being perfectionistic, and like, even like if I let something accidentally
Mm.
slip, unless it's like a repeated line or
Because mistakes
something,
happen and stuff.
I don't figure people
Yeah.
really notice that much. Like, oh, that S hisses too much, and like, I'm probably a bit of
Yeah.
like a dinosaur with my process, but I'm just like, I'm glad with the level
Yeah.
I'm able to make, even if I can. I've had conversations with narrators about this before, just like,
Yeah. I think another one would be to keep in mind that the climbing the ladder of growth on your channel is gonna have a lot of ups and downs. There will be times where your channel plateaus, and you can either use that time to ponder and question why growth isn't happening, or you could use that time to focus on content that you could potentially want to improve or want to really shine. You can use the time right now to take that plateau and kind of make a bump in the road in a sense, make something that you truly believe is special. And when you put enough effort and quality into whatever you may be doing, people will see that.
oh yeah,
People like you for you.
yeah. I mean, what like you're what you can do that's special, then it becomes like you can work out the kinks and polish it to something that people will appreciate. And um,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. Um, yeah, and I agree with Hero Skew. Don't be ashamed to make mistakes. They're going to happen. They're part of the process. It's just about keeping going, not letting what was it you said? Not letting speed bumps become roadblocks.
Hmm.
Inspiration. Um, there was one from Lady Spookaria we had a while ago. What are your favorite kinds of stories to narrate?
Um, I think my favorite kinds of stories to narrate, it originally just started out with creepypastas, and then I branched out into No Sleep. No Sleep are one of my favorites. Um, to say true scary stories too are by far some of my favorites because there's you typically stuff that can happen in everyday life.
Yeah. Um, I guess for me, like I did enjoy doing like the 2 sentence horror story videos. But some of my favorites to do honestly are like the short scary stories. They've honestly what I've come most to appreciate as like a writer, because like I also write on Reddit, although not under this name. I can like, I don't know. I write under the name Homeless Wafer. I put in a
Hmm.
randomizer like a name. But I've really learned to appreciate short scary stories. They're under 500 words, but they're really like hard punching. They don't need a lot of depth because it's just such a good concept that it illustrates. Like one of my favorite ones I've narrated was um I don't remember the exact name of it because it was just kind of a slightly made up word. It's essentially like this like I don't even know how to explain it. Like people would sell their memories in order just to get by. Everyone has to live underground, and this girl wakes up, and this message starts playing of like her telling herself stuff. Think of all these good memories; they help you keep going. Like your sister, but she doesn't remember her sister. Well,
Yeah.
if you don't know what I'm talking about, then just erase those parts and just go on, and you'll like and then you won't have to think about it anymore. And she had to sell her memories of her sister, and it's just like such interesting concepts that just like really get at you. Like I'm talking a lot about like, and you can just they're such great bite-sized horror fiction, like, and that
Hmm.
like is able to really jump into something real quick that'll stick with you. Those have been some of my favorite on it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's always good to branch out your interests. It's good to explore what you like. You don't have to confine yourself to um, one specific genre. There's always something for everybody, I think.
Um, so I got another question. Who or what from from Discord? Who or what inspired you to become a horror narrator on YouTube? And hey, Bocandus, I hope I'm saying that right, but that's
Welcome, Wakandus.
phonetically.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, essentially how I started was like, as I mentioned, I write I write horror on Reddit, and that's how I actually made my start into horror was through writing under the name Homeless Wafer, as I said, and that was a really cool thing. But I'm like, I enjoyed
Yeah.
like showing people my stories. I believe one of my favorites I've ever written was called Hell Frozen Over, and I showed it to a friend of mine, and I suggested like, hey, just try like listening to this, like, but like while you read it, just have like some snowy ambiance going on or whatever, just to kind of add to it. And like he read it and just gave him chills, like probably like not just cold, but like loved it, like that
Yeah.
experience. I'm like, I really want to be able to like craft this experience for people and help like this like the story itself bring it to people that wouldn't really otherwise be able to do it. And I've been told I have a good voice for horror and everything, like, but that's been since
Hmm.
then. But like, I don't know, it's I just started doing it and just kind of got addicted. And like that, one of my roommates actually was just like, I was like, hey, I've been thinking about doing this, starting a YouTube channel, narrating stories. He's like, go for it, man. And I was like, what, really? He's like, yeah, all right. And so I just did it and recorded on my microwave laptop speaker, and
Hmm.
we are today.
Hmm. I think for me personally, um, it was just a mix of things. Like I grew up since I was like maybe like 11 watching creepypastas and narrations. My very first one when it came to creepypasta was Mr. Creepypasta's Jeff the Killer video.
Hmm.
Uh, it really terrified me, and then over the months I discovered Mr. Nightmare, and then I got really hooked into true stories. And I think over the years that idea of like doing that just pondered, and I'm like, what would happen if I did that? Because like I didn't really picture myself like being a known narrator, and I wouldn't say that I'm like a popular narrator. I just consider myself somewhat known in the community, and that's kind of cool. Um, but I think what really did it for me was just seeing the passion of like me for acting. My acting is what really inspired it. Because I didn't really know how to show my talents and my skill sets, so I figured what better way to do that than just do something on YouTube, and this is what led me to this. Yeah.
How would you say that your your love of acting and everything? I don't know if you've done acting stuff before, but how would you say that has an effect on your narration style and your narration choices?
I think for me personally, it's really helped me. Um, it's really helped me portray a lot of emotion into my stories. For some parts and some stories, I like to add a lot of emotion. A lot of that emotion I portray is real. I don't know. I just like to give that extra wow factor, and a lot of people have pointed out that it's like made giving them shows or whatever. And that's just really cool hearing that from different people.
Yeah, that's something I'd honestly like to work on because I've got a good like sort of movie trailer type voice for like it was in the dark of the last.
Yeah.
It's like, but like there's an aspect of like voice acting and like actual acting of it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I admire how you're able to do that. I like the new neighbor story. That was
Thank you.
really good voice acting you did for that.
Thank you. Yeah. Um, well, for that story with Madame Frightmare, I didn't really know how I was gonna do it. I just kind of pictured myself as that character in certain instances where I don't know what kind of voice to do. It's just kind of a wing it, whatever comes out of my mouth, that's the voice for it, you know. Uh, I don't know. Sometimes I get too into characters, like I got too into that role for that particular story, and the performance that you hear on that video is just me losing my mind. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little too in the mind of a messed up character, huh?
Yeah. And I'm by no means a messed up person. I just, for some reason, can portray crazy people very well.
I don't think I have that talent.
I don't know. I think doing this type of stuff has really gotten me more into voice acting. Uh, I love it.
Awesome. Um, and when we're still, like, if you guys want to, like, if anyone's new, we're like taking questions from Discord that people have already shared, as well as I think we're
Hmm.
generally caught up. Like, if we've missed any questions, please just
Yeah.
bring it back up again because it's quite a ways to scroll now, and I can't remember very well. Um,
Yeah.
but
We planned this on being like a 45-minute to an hour stream. Um, so it's just kind of like a test run. I really love the idea of different narrators doing live streams, and um, I think that this is a very good way to interact with the audience more.
yeah, I'd agree. I realized, like, yeah, my subscribers, my narrator friends don't really know a lot about me, or like, I mean, I try to share advice when people ask for it, or like to, I don't know, chip in my thoughts on different stuff. But like, it's cool that you guys are
Mm,
willing to tune in just to hear just what I have to say. Maybe it's just because Lucid Lupus is here. Like,
I don't know. Uh, CCG asks, what story or video have you done that you really enjoyed making? And what story or video have you done that you are not happy with?
want to start in that one?
Yeah, I think for me personally, it's my Five Nights at Freddy's series. I just really love the ambience and all the nostalgia from like a Chuck E. Cheese type scary story, and that's just one of my favorites parts I'm working on. I'm working on part three right now, and a video that I'm not happy with is probably um, I don't know. I can't really give a definite answer for that, but I think in my earlier videos, I don't think those were my best videos. They were just kind of, well, let's try this and see what happens type of thing. There wasn't really any editing. My very first video was me just talking into an iPad, and I didn't do any editing or any post processing. That's before I knew any of that type of stuff. Um, I don't know. I don't want to delete that video, even though I really want to, but I just kind of keep it as a reminder of where I started. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, I don't know. I feel like some of my favorites do, honestly, looking at the list of them right here, um, even the horror stories from the woods, I've wanted to do like a themed video for such a long time. And I mean I did do a themed video. It was like kidnapping based creepypasta, but that's like a little too specific for a lot of people, I guess. It got a decent amount of views, but
Mm.
I guess I'm not as happy with that one just because it was like wasn't such a good theme or like and I mean while they would like yeah, I wrote both of the stories. And while I was really happy with how I
Hmm.
wrote the first, like especially the first one, that was called I don't even remember what it was called, but like I didn't like I guess just the how I put it together and everything, just the content itself, like with it wasn't a super interesting video. And like in my older ones, like when people like go back and watch like my like first narration, that how settled, I'm just like I cringe a little bit. And I had one of my subscribers, I think it was somebody or anybody was his name, um a random, it was a random person. um he was like, I'm gonna watch all of your videos on like until you start until you put out more of your sweet mouth like voice honey or something like that. Like he said something like that. I was like actually legitimately felt like, oh no, it's gonna watch the old videos. I don't want
Yeah.
that. I better really buckle down on finishing the horror
It's like
stories
a
from the woods.
wait, that's illegal. No.
Like that, you can't do that. Don't threaten me like that. Um, yeah, I but one of my ones I'm happiest with was like the endless train track one, because it was my first foray into actually trying to really voice act um and everything, and it's like it is definitely one of my lesser viewed videos. Not many people watch it. I can drop a link for it, I guess, if you guys want to. I can like it was one of like I really liked how it turned out and everything, and it was a great story. The guy was really patient with me with like how long it took me to do, because it's like a longer one, and
Yeah.
I just really like how like the music worked out, and like I was able to do it. I'm running out of words apparently, but like here's a link if you guys want to watch it or whatever. You don't have to. I have no way of
I think you
making it.
should.
I just in the chat.
Um,
Alright,
CCG
so
also brings up another good piece of advice. She says, basically, make sure you always ask permission when you're seeking out stories that you want to narrate on your channel. Please keep in mind that it's someone's work that they spent a lot of time on, probably. And if you don't ask permission for it, chances are you can get into a lot of heap of trouble for it. And it's generally not a good thing to take stories. That's all I got to say about that.
yeah, I agree. Like I always try to ask permission, and because especially since I know how special it is for people, like somebody asks to narrate their story. I've had that happen. Like it's actually it's not. It hasn't been that long. I think I shared a couple of stories with other narrators, and like it's like it's just so special, especially if you've never had one narrated before. But I want to give that to people. That's kind of my motivation. But I'm also like, yeah, I don't want the copyright police coming after me, and like it just seems like a funny thing to do to just, yeah, like, I mean, if you do it, you're not a terrible person, but like it's just best to ask.
You need to learn that it's just a nice thing to ask.
Exactly. It's their property, even if they post it online for people to read and appreciate, but not for you to repurpose and to use for yourself. Yeah. Let's see. Do you think we should take maybe one or two more questions and then?
Yeah. I think Miss Creepy Tails asked, "What do you love the most about the community?" I'll go right off the bat and say that I love the people, all the amazing people I've met. A lot of the people here in the chat, you know exactly who you are. Even you, Terra Talks. I think the people and engaging with everybody has been some of the best part about all of this, besides all the stuff that happens on my channel. I think meeting the people has really helped me a lot in my life personally, and connecting with people that I share similar experiences with and that I can connect with really well makes this community one of my favorite bunches of people in the world.
Yeah. I think, yeah, some of my favorite thing about like the horror community and like the narration community in general is, well, narration and horror is just how effusive everybody is with their praise, because like everyone is just so good about giving great feedback but also being very supportive, and very little of the time do I ever feel like it's just kind of a token, like, hey, great job, you're wonderful, go keep doing good
Yeah.
stuff. Like it, but it feels like you can tell it's sincere, and that like it's like people like that watch and everything, other people's content legitimately enjoy what they have to offer and the unique talents they have. Um,
Mm.
that's kind of why I did it. Like, I mean, I really like good feedback and everything. I had a whole video where I like read people telling me how great I was. Also, they're really good stories. But like, I I love you guys. You guys are awesome. But like,
Yeah, you guys are
I'm out of
phenomenal.
words. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so do we have just one more question from anybody or
Yeah,
burning?
one more question. Any burning questions you guys have before it's time to wrap up? This was an amazing stream, though. I love everybody here. We have, I think, the most people we've had here was 12 people, and you guys are amazing. We've had 14 likes, and I think this was a good experience for you, Terra Talks, personally.
Yeah,
I think you've mentioned to me this is like your first live stream, if I'm
it is.
correct. Um, yeah, I think for you, it'd be good to do more of these in the future
Oh yeah,
because looking at the chat, people here are really engaging, and I think it'd be a good thing to connect with your audience more doing this type of thing.
man. Yeah. Same to you. Once you like when you get the chance and get your setup all figured out, you should go
Yeah,
for like streaming and stuff. I don't have good suggestions on type of things, but I'm sure you've got
yeah,
ideas. Um,
yeah. I got some good folks here. Out. I'll be streaming too. Hopefully, uh, I'll be streaming maybe at the end of this year. But next year I will be streaming a lot, and I would love to have you on too, and just connect with people. It's
oh
going to
yeah,
be amazing.
yeah. I'd like to be better about being able to do this because I can't really. I don't have the time or like energy to put out like a
Yeah,
video like every week or anything. But like I feel like this would be a good way to like connect with you guys and everything, and for you guys to have kind of a break maybe from your own editing and thumbnails and just so you have less time to
yeah,
worry like obsessively checking on your views to see how they're doing and um, take
yeah.
your mind off of things because that's what I like being able to like hang out in other people's streams for stuff.
Another thing I wanted to say too, before we wrap this up, if you guys would like to check out Teratox's videos, I'll link his playlist here of all his narrations here. If you guys would like to check it out, yeah. Also, hello, Matt Chatter.
Thanks for popping in, Mad Chatter. We're just closing up, but I am having a great Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah. Looks like it's time to shutter the windows and close her out. But thanks for coming, Lucid. It's a lot less awkward with you here with me. Oh,
thank you for having me.
yeah,
I had a good
uh,
time.
yeah. I'm glad you're able to make it. Thanks for making time for it already.
Yeah, no, it's no problem.
All right, I'll be seeing the rest of you guys around. If you have any burning questions that like, I hope to do one of these in another like in maybe 2 weeks. Next stream might be like some sort of gaming stream, I guess. If nobody watches it, I might be a bit more. Might just be like, oh, I might do it on Twitch instead of YouTube or whatever, or maybe my
I think
computer.
you should. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I was just gonna make a suggestion and say I think you should do more of these types of Q&As with different narrators. I think these are really entertaining, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll definitely be doing them. Soonest, what like at the soonest? Well, at the latest, it'll be in like another 2 weeks. Um, but yeah, it's time for us to sign off. So thank you guys for coming. You guys are awesome. I literally just saluted with my hand, even though you can't see me. Um, I look forward to seeing what you guys are making and hearing from all of you, whether you be creator or comment or just like viewer and commenter. Um, you guys may help make this even more enjoyable than it already is.